is lesson 5 for George's Secret Key to the Universe, and the first word we're going to look at is massive on page 106. When George opened his eyes again, he saw a massive pale yellow planet with a belt of rings rising in the dark sky ahead of them. And here is a picture of what they saw, and you can see that it's pretty massive. So hopefully you'll be able to figure out what that is, and if not, you can always look it up in the dictionary. The second word is divert on page 109. George quickly thought of something to say to divert her attention from the rock he was trying to stuff into his pocket. So this is from the scene where George reached out and grabbed one of the rocks that was in the ring surrounding Saturn, and he was trying to take it, and he wasn't quite sure if he was allowed to do that, so he was trying to divert Annie's attention away from the rock he was trying to stuff into his pocket. So hopefully that helps you, but if not, you can look it up in the dictionary. The next word is summon on page 124. Annie was nodding like crazy and holding on to George very tightly. She was trying as hard as she could to summon Cosmos to come and get them both, but the computer wasn't answering. So this is the time when they were in trouble and they needed to get in touch with Cosmos, but something had happened to the device that Annie needed to use to contact Cosmos, so she was just trying to summon him. So if you can't get it from that, then you can always look it up in the dictionary. The last word is device, and you can also find that on page 124. As George feared, the device that linked her both to him and to Cosmos had been broken by the rocks raining down on them. So it's the thing, the item that was helping her to communicate with Cosmos and to communicate with George, the device. Okay, we're going to write about the most suspenseful moment from chapters 12 through 14. So you need to think back to everything that's happened in your reading and pick the most suspenseful moment. So if we think back, we know that George and Annie were approaching Saturn. We know that George took a rock from Saturn's rings. And then we know that something happened, that the comet was hit by a rock, and something happened to the device that Annie needed to use to communicate with Cosmos and to communicate with George. And we also know that there were some geysers that were going off on the comet, and they were concerned about those too. So think back to all the things that happened between chapters 12 and 14 and see if you can come up with what you think is the most suspenseful moment. And then you're going to write about it in 5 sentences and make sure that you include evidence from the text.